Hello and welcome to my documentation of my journey as an engineering student. I'm currently studying electrical engineering. My name is Ivan Preston, and I've kind of created this series in order to just really document it for myself, but maybe there's people out there that are considering engineering and they can kind of get some insight. That's what a typical engineering student goes through. I had actually recently transferred universities after my first year, so I'm currently in my sophomore year right now. And a lot of the credits transferred really weirdly, so I'm back in Calculus 1 and I'm going back to limits. I'm also taking a general engineering course with a lot of group projects, and everything else is really gen eds. I was really limited on my schedule because I had transferred really late because there were some issues with the enrollment fee and such. But eventually that all got sorted out, so it was alright. Currently, I'm working on a few software projects, because they're free to do, and they're not a bad idea as an engineering student. At least I know with mechanical and electrical engineering, and obviously software. I'm learning some front end at the moment, maybe building some projects with that, as my friend is learning back end right now, so maybe I could do something with that. I'm learning MATLAB and Python, and as well as C for some classes and just for some personal projects. So it's kind of a mix of things right now. I want to do some like physical stuff with electronics and such. I am an electrical engineering major, so it's kind of helpful. And I was honestly thinking of doing things with Arduino, but I got to figure out what's a good kit to get and where to really start, and if that is the best starting position with projects. I have a career fair next week, so we'll see what I can gather from that. Maybe I can talk to some people, see what things they're up to kind of help boost their resume. I'm no longer living on campus. I'm actually in an apartment right now with some friends who were really kind enough to let me stay with them for, I guess, this semester until we were able to get a different apartment with a room. And that's really it. It's really just the first, well, let's say, I think it's the second week. Yes, it's the second week on a Friday. So I kind of started this a little bit later than I expected, but so far, there's going to be homework, especially for you engineering students out there. You'll know that you'll get homework on the first day, maybe spend 10-15 minutes on syllabus, or sometimes nothing at all. But I hope that this series can provide some insight for a lot of people, and maybe if there are any questions, or for anyone that's watching, I know there's not anyone just yet, as to why maybe I transferred, maybe there's some struggles that you might be sharing, or they might be experiencing that I haven't possibly shared with you. But this project is also meant for me to just really boost my speaking skills. That is definitely something I need to work on, so this gives me a chance to review things. I don't know if I'll be editing the videos, or even if I do, how much I will be. I have a lot of other hobbies and projects I'm working on. I'm also just lazy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a lazy person. I like to just kind of relax for the most part when we watch Dexter or something. Aside from that, that's really how it's all going to begin here. This is definitely new. I'm checking out some clubs to see what I can join. But first, I got to figure out what my working hours will be before I can start fitting other things into my schedule. I'd say some of the biggest things that I struggle with as an engineering student, I'm sure many people do when they transition from like high school to college, is time management. Time management is rough at first, especially if you didn't really study in high school, so you don't know how much you study in college. It's very different. I'm definitely not like one of those super smart kids that just happens to know everything right before the class starts. So those people are pretty smart people that study so long, but maybe I'll get there after a lot of work. So time management is going to be the biggest thing, and I'm hoping that as I go throughout this process that maybe I can share some tips for other students out there, not necessarily just engineering students, but just other people out there. And who knows, maybe this will end not in engineering, anything can happen. There's a lot of change in the world, and you never know what's for certain, but I'm pretty open-minded, so we'll see how it goes. But for now, the only clear path I really see is engineering. It seems like a practical start now. I don't know how much content there will be in the future videos. Like I said, it's really just documenting. So if nothing happens for like a week or two, I do plan to release post videos either every other week or every week. If nothing really happens, I'm sure they'll be really short. So there's not much else I have left, but I hope that if there are any engineering students watching or any other soon-to-be engineering students watching, that I was going somewhere like that, wasn't I? But I hope that those students that are watching are in a comfortable position. It's really difficult to have such a big change and to be doing something as difficult as engineering. It can be really discouraging. It can feel like you're not meant for it, or it's really dumb, or you're really dumb. But just know, if you're feeling that, that is a very common thing. I feel in just about every day. But that's normal. That's normal. But you got it. Even if you're not an engineer, you got it. And you'll be able to figure it out. Just, I don't know why I turned this into sort of motivational piece, but I hope you kind of got the out there. But we'll see how this series goes and how much others will have to gain for it. And if it's nothing, then I get to watch these while I'm in the nursing home, reminiscing about my college life, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.